halfbacks, Nick Phipps, Bernard Foley. Foley kicked the clutch winner last week. Brumbies centre pairing Tamura and Kurandrani. Kurandrani off a man-of-the-match performance last week. Will need to carry strongly tonight. And then it's an all three Waratahs at the back. Folau scored plenty against Argentina previously. Horn and Beetham.
And the reserve 6-2 split, so 6 forwards, only 2 backs. So Ben Alexander, Pet Cow and James Hansen reserve hooker. Scotty Higginbotham as well. I hope he gets a good amount of time today. Matt Hodgson as well, good to see him there. Nick White and also Curtly Beale, I'm sure, will come on and add some impact late in this game.
Well, on Australian soil, the Wallabies have won 10 of the 11 encounters against the Pumas. The Argentinians winning in 1983. Of course, in Perth last year, Australia won 14-13. On the Gold Coast 2 years ago, Australia winning that one 23 points to 19. Well, they're ranked 12th in the world. I think everyone agrees they're much better than that suggests. Looking to break a 31-year drought on Aussie soil against the Wallabies. Their one and only win was at Ballymore, 1983. They've lost all 10 tests since then. Still searching for that elusive first ever win in the Rugby Championship, but they've gone close on a few occasions. They lost by just 2 points to the Springboks 3 weeks ago in Salter, and they are coming off a 28-9 loss to the All Blacks last week in Napier. But it would have been a lot closer if a try was awarded and not controversially denied at a very crucial stage in that test match. Their last game on the road in the Rugby Championship. They've made 3 changes to the run-on team. One at lock and both of the wingers. Just how much ball the outside backs get remains to be seen. They love to keep it in tight, but they should be using Tukelet, the fullback. Yeah,
Tukelet, wonderful player, and he'll get plenty of opportunities tonight as well. He's a really quick player. Nicholas Sanchez as well.
Well, what a moment this is for Tatafu Polota now. Not only is he back in goal, but the 29-year-old brings up 50 test matches after making his debut against England in 2005. He's missed the last 3 tests in the Rugby Championship, but great to see him back. He is a real handful for the opposition when he's in form.
And especially no Wycliffe Palu tonight. Ben McCelman gets a good opportunity. Starts at number 8, so Tatafu Polota now will have to have plenty of carries tonight without Wycliffe Palu in this team, in this forward pack.
Well, they got the job done last week against the Springboks in Perth, only just winning 24-23 in the wet. And Israel Folau scored a try last week. He scored a hat-trick against the Pumas in Rosario last year.
Yeah, wonderful player in good form as well. Averages over 130, 140 run metres a game, Israel Folau.
So we're getting set now for the national anthems, and we'll start first of all with Argentina.
Sean eternos los laureles que supimos conseguir, que supimos conseguir. Coronados en gloria vivamos, oh juremos en gloria morir, oh juremos con gloria morir, oh juremos con gloria morir.
Hard to find a dry eye in that Argentinian squad on the Gold Coast.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with gold in soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, our beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every state advance Australia fair. In joyful strength then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Well, we got a glimpse of Stan Pilecki during Advance Australia Fair, and Stan is here with so many other members of the 1979 Wallabies, the first Australian rugby team to tour Argentina. They lost the first ever test in Argentina but won the second, and they've had a wonderful 35-year reunion. Chris Handy, Greg Cornelson, Mark Lone, Tony Shaw, Philip Cox, Michael O'Connor, and you can see them there. Greg Cornelson, a big smile on his face. Duncan Hall there as well. A referee from New Zealand is Glenn Jackson, television match official also from New Zealand, Ben Skeen, and the assistants are George Clancy from Ireland, Mike Fraser from New Zealand. So Cravey, the captain, who's ready. The win last week for the Wallabies was their first in the Rugby Championship in 2014. Now they're going for back-to-back wins at home and hoping to beat Argentina for the 9th game in a row. James Slipper, he's been crook all week with a tummy bug. So we'll just have to see how much petrol is left in his tank tonight. And Tamua ready. The Rugby Championship, we're underway. Seabus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. And it is Argentina safe under that kick-off, and Daho throwing the dummy immediately. They like to rumble in close, but now it goes to Sanchez, who's trying to pick the gap, and watching it over the chalk is Foley. So let's go sideline to Nathan Sharp and Rod Kafer.
Thanks, Clark. It is wet down here. The ball will skid, so low trajectory kicks will work pretty well. If you can land it within 10 metres of the touchline, it's likely to slide into touch, as we saw just then. Good start from Argentina, winning the kick-off comfortably and finding a little bit of space.
Bellotta now back in Wallaby gold, and it's a good line out first up, and there's a flat pass from Foley. Good defence by the Pumas. Now it is Falau up from fullback. Takes plenty of stopping every time he gets his hands on the pill. That's the halfway. Sakopi Kepu lays it back for Phipps, and now Foley. This is out Bellotta, now gives it to Simmons, and then on to the captain. And Hooper has pulled out on the 10-metre mark. Now it's Foley. Kurandrani probably had his best game in Wallaby gold last week against the Springboks. Hooper again.
Getting through some work, Michael Hooper.
Good recycle as well. Out to Tamua, first receiver. And now McKelman. Remember, no Wycliffe Palu tonight in jersey 8. Tamua and Falau beat one. Tried to free the hands to offload, but he has to go to ground on the 22. Now it's Slipper. Homegrown lad, went to rugby nursery, the Southport School. And now it is Hooper. Hooper with one to beat. Looks up, backs himself. Hooper! Did he get it down? Yes, he did! Oh, wonderful try. First up by Michael Hooper and Australia.
What a try. What about the ball, though, from Bernard Foley? It was great interchange. It was Matt Tamua. Went to first receiver a couple of times. You watch Bernard Foley takes the ball right to the line. It was the angle of Michael Hooper, and the angle that he hit that ball was a lovely piece of work. Had a bit of work to do here at the end. Michael Hooper stretched out and went across.
It's the flatness with which Bernard Foley can play that really gets a team on the front foot early. He's been flat, even though it's wet. Sometimes in the rain it takes a little bit longer. lots of players in motion. Michael Hooper was the right bloke to hit him perfectly. Hooper with a great finish. Sharpie, that's exactly what you want in the opening minutes.
Fantastic start by the Wallabies. They've shown their pattern of play tonight. They're going to have a real red-hot crack at the Argentinians tonight, regardless of this weather. That was super. A lot of shrapnel there for the Argentinians to try and defend. They picked the wrong two. Michael Hooper straight through. Plenty of speed, plenty of toe. Great finish.
So 3 minutes gone, and it's going to be Foley, in fact, taking this shot. Almost 15 metres in from touch, and this one is out to the left. So he can't add the extra 2, but it is 5 points to 0. And Michael Hooper has now scored 4 tries this Test season, 6 overall. The 22-year-old captain.
What they did really well, they're giving Bernard Foley plenty of options, and the Wallaby forwards are getting to the breakdown in just 2 or 3 players and making an effort to get the ball back. Allowed 4 runners out wide.
Bit of hang time on this kick-off by Argentina, but it went backwards out of the hands of Carter. So it's play on. Now carried back into the 22. And Foley sends it down to Tugalet. Joaquin Tugalet. 3 tries this year for the Pumas. So he's leading that department. And fell out and high. Not awkwardly, but he's okay.
Numbers here to Moore.
And it's a short ball. Out to Slipper. Phipps giving it to the try scorer Hooper, spinning out of the tackle and getting over the advantage line. Switch of play. And out here on the wing is James Slipper, and he slipped a little there as well. But we'll come back. Advantage was being played.
And that penalty is for the tackle on Israel Folau from Tugalet, I think it was, coming through. Taking him out in the air when he was jumping for the ball. I actually thought he was just going for the ball as well. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to attack for the ball yourself as well, Tugalet.
Yeah, very tough penalty there. The Wallabies taking that blindside option to the one-man James Slipper. Figured he might have had enough pace to get around his outside winger.
Sharpie, what they're doing really well, though, the Wallaby forwards, is only 2 or maybe maximum 3 getting to the breakdown, which is allowing a lot more forward runners midfield for Bernard Foley to pick up.
Yeah, they're getting some really good carries there, Timmy. So if you get a good carry on, you don't need to put as many people into that ruck. So they're sending 1 or 2, and that ball's coming out quickly as this line out. Almost turned over.
Well, it's been kicked through by the Argentinian captain, Augustin Cravey, but out now to allow from a standing start. He gives it over to Rob Horn. And they hold on to his jersey.
Imhoff did well, the right winger.
Now it's Foley. Out the back to Beetham. And Simmons, oh, that's a poor pass, couldn't link up, and cleaning up now is Beetham. Just his 2nd Test match. Remember, there's no out of Ashley Cooper this evening. Wallabies inside Argentina territory. This one's a short kick. Stabbing it over the top was Foley, but taken there by Marcelo Bosch. Back into the 22. And it's been touched, so Beetham has it on the right wing. And he's going to run to the halfway. And eventually take the tackle of Cravey. Phipps.
Carter waiting.
And he has a run now, the big lock. Pumas just can't get their hands on the pill, and so it's all Australia at the moment.
Nick Phipps is just not getting the quick ball he's looking for, though. Turnover.
Yeah, and here's an opportunity here as Montero goes down the touchline. Montero! Well, just about the first attacking opportunity, and he runs away, beat a couple of poor tackles, and Manuel Montero, the man from Pucara in Argentina, being chased, we're told, by the Western Force for Super Rugby.
Ben,
we're going to have a look upstairs with the television match official first of all.
Gee, it looked okay. Montero was just brilliant. Beat 3 tackles, 3 defenders coming across slippery conditions. He ran 55 metres out. Good turnover, though, from Argentina. They saw the space. Just got on the outside of Peter Beetham there. He was fine there. And then Michael Hooper, the captain, came across. A lot of pace there from Hooper. This is the one they're looking at now, easily. And then Bernard Foley as well has a go. Straight through. Manuel Montero.
What an electric try, and I've got to tell you, 2 minutes before that, I said to Rod Caper, what's this Montero all about? Is he any good? Rod Caper said, you watch.
Camera on you, Glenn.
He's great.
Try to Argentina, and that's his 3rd try for the season, his 10th in Test rugby, only 22 years of age.
So the Western Force looking at him to potentially play in Super Rugby next year.
He says he has a big decision to make, though. Do you actually go to Australia for a season and be out of sight as far as selections go for the Rugby World Cup? Sanchez looking to give the Pumas the lead, and it's a beautiful kick. And so all of a sudden it is the Pumas leading Australia by 7 points to 5.
He'd be a good replacement, though, for Nick Cummins, though, wouldn't he, Montero? Good little turnover. Moved it quickly. And Daho, the halfback, to see space out wide with the winger. Brilliant work.
Well, it was all Australia leading up to that counter. Safely into touch.
Yeah, Bosch not getting a lot of territory on that. Marcelo Bosch, who plays for Saracens in the UK club competition. Really strong outside centre. Good opportunity for the Wallabies to attack now off this line out.
Tim, you mentioned the lack of numbers the Wallabies have at the breakdown. The risk is you get turned over if you don't put enough in there.
Well, here's Foley. Kurandrani, was a great tackle by Bosch, and the penalty goes against Australia.
Number 11. Straight to the side, number 11.
So Rob Horn being penalised there from coming in from the wrong angle. Tavita Kurandrani getting across the advantage line. Ran 133 metres last week against the Springboks. This kick hasn't found touch and Foley's now.
Well, that's a let-off for the Wallabies. Small mistake from penalty kick, and this one's going to sit up about 10 metres out.
Don't move, 10.
We're going to have a line out around about the 10-metre mark, still in Argentina territory. Nathan, that penalty from Rob Horn, just one of those frustrating penalties that Ian McKenzie was really disappointed about last week. There were too many of them against the Springboks.
Yeah, Rob Horn too lateral in attack, couldn't change his line and coming from behind the gate, then coming from front.
Foley giving it 10-metre mark.
Peter Beetham, his 2nd carry.
Now it is McKelman. It's taken by Galazza. Phipps to Hooper. Foley out the back to Tamua, and floating one over the top, beats everybody into touch.
And that's the inside-out defensive pattern from Argentina. They stay in close and they show you the sideline and they push you towards it. That time slippery ball from Matt Tamua. They work inside out. See the 2 centres there, Hernandez and Bosch, pushing the Wallabies across to the sideline.
The Argentinians so far giving Australia the front of the line out. Their first win for the night.
Landaho goes high. Folau goes high and loses it.
2 knocks.
2 knock on, so we'll have a scrum. Well, this is the moment that the Pumas have been waiting for, as Ewan McKenzie sends out the directions.
These new laws really suit this Argentinian forward pack. They don't lose anything on the engagement. You see this box kick, Israel Folau going up. Yeah, maybe the Gizemon maybe a little bit offside there. It didn't matter. Folau couldn't control it. It's rare you'd see him not control those contestable kicks. This scrum, very, very strong. The Argentinians are always very good at the wrestling side of scrummaging, and with the depowering, with no hit, just no engagement, gives them a real advantage.
Well, they call it the Bajada. That's the 8-man shove.
There's a lot of chat going on. You listen to the talk of the 2 front rowers. Kofi Kepu on this side. James Slipper on the far side.
Kepu hips. Crouch. Bind. Sit. On it. On it. Come up. Not yet. Yeah. Just come this way, please. Just come here. Perfect, perfect.
Marcos Oliveira, the loose head prop for Argentina, up against the Kopi Kepu. Plays for Leinster in the UK club competition.
Bind. 6.
Daho puts it in. And they're going to let it come out, and it's him off.
Ripped out.
Who loses it, or in fact it was ripped out, so it's play on.
Matamua
Now the penalty.
had his hands on the ball. Good work, Matamua. Saw the opportunity.
12 on his feet.
You can really see the commitment to the Argentinian scrum. Their whole back row stayed on, and that affected that breakdown there. Their back row was so engaged and focused and really contributing a lot of weight to the scrum. They didn't get there in time to the breakdown. You can't have one without the other, and certainly the Argentinians pay a lot of credence to their scrum. You see there, Leguizamon just too slow. Matt Tamur all over the ball. Great penalty there, really relieving the pressure for the Australians.
Lotta now in his 50th. Finds the target. Foley. Now Kurandrani. Good forward momentum by the outside centre. Fardy pops up a poor pass. And it's been picked up though by Folau. Oh, and he's gone without it.
Lock on, George. Stay on.
The near thing.
Stay on.
Wallabies just trying to
Use it.
find their direct runners, because they've got too many to choose from. The forwards coming around the corner.
Advantage is over as Sanchez kicks down to Rob Horn. Takes it on halfway.
Space in behind.
It's a good chase. Now it's Carter. So used to seeing the Argentinians play in the blue and white striped jerseys. Now it's Folau showing and going. About 25 metres out. Coming in from the side, one of the Pumas. It's going to be a penalty.
Not sure, okay. In the side. Affected the clean out.
Good play from Israel Folau.
Yep.
Coming around the right-hand side, a little show and go. Dummy switch and then straighten the attack up. Did well to stay in field.
Yeah, great opportunity there for Israel Folau. Gone begging. You can see here though. You watch Gravy. He gets all over this ball. Israel Folau, well tackled, makes a great tackle with the Argentinian captain. Then he gets back to his feet. He was perfectly legal. The referee was happy that. You can see there he's supporting player. He affected that clean out. He changed Ben McCalman's angle of, and I guess the threat. Ben McCalman had to take him out, and he was in an offside position. Therefore, the penalty arose for the Argentinian team.
Most capped back in this Australian starting team, Israel Folau, which is quite amazing. It's only his 22nd Test match, but already the most caps. It just goes to show the lack of experience in the starting back line. Bernard Foley try on Test debut against Argentina last year in Rosario, and this is a better looking kick. It's going to come around nicely. Over it goes, and the Wallabies are back in front by 8 points to 7.
Lovely kick from Bernard Foley. He realised what happened in his first kick, went way to the left-hand side, so he started at the right post, drifted in.
Cravey plays for Worcester in the UK, ex-Biarritz, Clermont and Montpellier. So many of the Argentinians and they're living from rugby in the UK or Europe.
Fernandez Lobe, really good work off the restart.
And that's Hernandez going to ground, so an opportunity here for Argentina as Sanchez gets it out the back. Tuvalet goes to ground. And Daho. No forward momentum there for Herrera.
Ball is out.
Pops out the side.
Knock on.
Lost forward by
First one, yellow.
Fardy.
Yeah, Scotty Fardy, he saw the loose ball. He's disappointed he couldn't retrieve it. Good work there from Michael Hooper.
Yeah, good pressure at the breakdown there. Argentinians is their second opportunity at the Australians during this scrum. they will have sorted things out in that first one. There'll be a little bit of argy-bargy, pardon the pun, but they'll be looking to sort each other out as to how they're going to go through these engagements. And once that time to settle relaxes, you see a really, really powerful Argentinian scrum emerge.
You got Montero on the left-hand side up against Peter Beetham, and a big right-hand side back line for Argentina, one-on-one.
Three of the Pumas pack. Cravey, the captain, and hooker. Also Galazza, the lock. And the number 8, Leonardo Senature, all play for Worcester in the UK. Must be a decent scrum for Worcester.
English Premier League.
Pouch! Bind! Sit!
18 minutes gone in the first half. Penalty goes against Argentina at scrum time. Well,
Stay up.
Excellent.
they're not happy either.
Away.
Maybe they're not used to it.
Away. Please, stop, 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 stop. Please, away, team. Number 1 up.
So it goes against Marcus Ayesa.
Yeah, excellent scrum there from the Australians. They really repelled the Argentinians there, and the pressure mounted to the point where the Argentinian loose said he folded, he bended his legs. Sorry, he hinged it at the hips there, and he collapsed that scrum, giving away the penalty. That's a super start from the Australians. Really getting stuck into what the Argentinians thought would be their strength for this match.
So important for them, Sharpie, isn't it, to deal with that pressure early on, because it takes that emotional element out of it.
It's right. It's what they perceive to be their strength against any other team. If you take that away from them, do they have anything else to go to? That's the question they'll be asking themselves.
Wallaby 65% of possession so far. Last week, and over half the throws went to the middle against the Springboks.
They go to the front to McKelman. Phipps through the dummy, now hands it off. McKelman it was. Foley to Tamua. Good defence in midfield.
Leave it now, 1.
Phipps not really running onto it that time, Kurandrani. Now it goes to Slipper. Back. Phipps. And Tamua floats one over and almost intercepted by Montero. Beetham is there to clean up.
Right idea for Matt Tamua.
Phipps needed a runner on the inside. Just couldn't link up with Horn. Advantage is over, so we go to touch, and it came off one of the Argentinians, so it'll be a Wallaby throw into the line-out.
The Argentinians have been giving the Wallabies the front of the line-out so far tonight. You saw there at the back of the line-out with Guizimon. He nearly got through and intercepted Nick Phipps' pass. Watch for that. They'll give him the front again, and they'll make the Australians play from the front of the line-out and back their defence from the tail of the line.
Ben McKelman jumping at number 2 in the line-out for the Wallabies.
Carted out to Phipps. Foley. Kurandrani. One of the Argentinians lying around the ruck, slowing things down, so they go wide out to Rob Horn. Taken by Tukelet. Good field position still as Fardy takes it forward. Taken by Senatore. Now Tamua. Thought he spotted a gap and soon closed. Phipps to Slipper. It's poor. Got mixed up there, but he was playing a pretty long advantage, and it's pretty much in front, but they want to take it quickly. They turn down the 3 points, and Hooper now is on his own. Phipps wide. Tamua, they're backing themselves. Tamua straightens and then loses it. Well, that's the gamble. If you turn down the 3 points, well, he's into touch.
Yeah, so knock on.
But it was a knock-on. He was playing advantage. He put his foot over the dead ball line on that occasion, so we'll come back.
I'm not sure what Michael Hooper was saying to Nick Phipps, whether he was saying tap it and go, let's go, or I wanted the 3 points right in front of the post.
Number 1? Yeah, head and shoulders way below.
Just panicking a little bit, Rod Cafer, aren't they, in the forward runners that are coming around the corner for the Wallabies?
Well, they're trying to... The Wallabies are a little bit one out at the moment. One of the things Ewan McKenzie has talked a lot about and understands really well is that forwards who can pass the ball add a lot to a game. When you can either offload or you can distribute the ball as that one-off runner like James Slipper can, it gives you a great advantage in carrying. We've seen the All Blacks do a lot of it. Australia have tried to work on that, but tonight they're very much one out. And the Argentinians are just lining up and slotting them. Every time they come at them, there's a big hit coming in. And on a wet day, you turn the ball over when you cop those big shots.
Daho puts the ball in. So Argentina has it, and they get the penalty.
9 roll.
Not rolling away. Nick Phipps. A relieving penalty.
Yeah, the Argentinian loosehead, Ayerza, getting the loosehead side of the scrum up. That's what the Argentinians were looking for. Not as clean as ball they would have liked to have gotten. But Rod Cafer, you're right, that extra pass just makes a big difference. Forwards coming around the corner. It doesn't allow a 2-on-1 tackle. If you look to pass to the guy outside you, that's when you get 1-on-1 tackles. That's when you get momentum through your ball carry.
And it does allow you to get to the outside shoulder, and a lot of teams try to do that now. We see that all the time, where a runner will look to his man on the opposite and then try to go to his open side, just so he gets that leg tackle a little bit less confrontational, and you can win the collision a little bit easier. Wallabies at the moment are just too square, running straight at him.
Good line-out win. There's Daho, puts it in the air.
6, offside.
Oh, and that's a poor chase. It goes against
Here's the mark here.
one Leguizamon.
Nick Phipps plays on quickly. Wants some space out wide, Foley.
And he straightens. Takes it to the 10-metre mark. Phipps. Now it is Sam Carter. Kurandrani can't get on the outside.
Really good defence from Argentina. Marcelo Bosch there as well, the outside centre.
Here's Pelota now. Good carry. Got through the tackle of Galazza. And out wide is Simmons. He can't hold on to it.
Nicholas Sanchez, the fly half, raced up and put some pressure on Rob Simmons.
It's out on the full. So we'll come back for the first infringement, which was the knock-on.
What they're doing, the Argentinians, are just holding off at the breakdown, not committing, really only 1, maybe 2 players at the breakdown, so they can allow to spread across the field defensively. Rob Simmons that time caught out wide. Possession so far nearly 70% to the Wallabies.
But handling errors going against them. It is now 7-1, against Australia.
Yeah, it stopped raining down here now, but it's just been enough to put a light coating of water on the deck, and the ball. It's sort of almost the worst possible rain because it just touches the ball enough to make it greasy. It's not here for the whole night.
Sharpie, you know the Wallabies want to play a bit of width in their game, but pick and drive, you can see the options there now because the Argentinians aren't committing at the breakdown.
Yeah, they've got to continue with those dominant ball carries, Timmy. We were speaking about those 2-on-1 tackles that are happening in the last sort of 5 to 7 minutes, and they've got to start spreading the Argentinian defence a little bit. If they get that 1-on-1 carry, they'll get a dominant carry, and that's when that space will open up through the centre.
Bind! Let's go, Kippy! Sit!
25 minutes gone in the test match.
Azera on this loose head side is really struggling to get a bind on Sakopi Kepu. 3 scrums in a row, he's lost his bind with his left arm and needs to ensure that he gets that. I'll watch that closely. Glenn Jackson's gone to the other side. I think he's got concerns from Herrera on the tight head side as well. Wallaby's doing a great job.
Yeah, started very well.
Crouch!
His first 25 minute stanza in the scrums.
Bind! Sit!
Toro running backwards for a while before unloading, and it's taken on halfway by Beetham. Out it goes now to Folau. Good defence on halfway. Kurandrani got in behind him and pushed him forward. That's McKelman up towards the 10-metre mark. It's a poor pass again. And a knock on there from Tamua.
Yeah, Nick
no
Phipps,
chance really of picking that up.
No, Nick Phipps was taken out after he passed the ball at the ruck before, and Scotty Fardy saw that and he went into halfback.
Three.
Herrera, the tight head prop, number 3 for Argentina on the ground.
3.
Rob Simmons as well.
Wallabies can ill afford the handling errors because you know the Pumas are going to scrummage all night.
You can see here Scotty Fardy going to scrum half. Poor pass to Matty Tamua.
Yeah, hard to get his long back down that low, as you see. Herrera, Rob Simmons having a bit of a set two.
Rob Simmons sees. You don't want to have a set two with someone from Theodore, Central Queensland. They breed them tough up there, don't they?
They breed them tough up there, and they breed them tough at his school as well, the Southport school. Slipper, Simmons, Higginbotham, Nathan Sharp, Nathan Gray, Matt Rogers, Luke Morahan.
Not all on the one side, though, Clarky, were they?
No, they're all a bit older than Sharpie. So it is
Hands off
Argentina, a couple of metres from halfway. Haven't seen a lot of territory inside the Australian half. Just that one wonderful try, counter-attacking try from Manuel Montero that started in the Argentinian half. Now the penalty goes to Pumas, so they get an opportunity here to put it into touch and mount some pressure.
The scrum half, Martin Landajo, just needs to fix his passes up. They're going in behind Nicolas Sanchez, the fly half, and it's slowing the pattern of play down for Argentina. They can't get any front foot ball at the moment.
Yeah, they really haven't fired a shot as yet. This is their best opportunity tonight as they see a line out.
Oh, and it's a terrific kick as well by Hernandez on that occasion. The inside centre, Juan Martin Hernandez, only about 5 or 6 metres out from the corner post. So here's some real pressure now for the Wallabies to endure.
Be interesting to see here the Wallabies, do they actually throw a couple of jumpers up, or they just defend at line out time?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to contest. I understand they're going to kill the ball before it is caught and set.
For Fravey. Oh, that's terrific work. One against the throw by the Wallabies.
Rob Simmons it was at the front.
And Slipper now loses it in contact. Well, it is slippery. We had the shower of rain, quite a heavy shower, just before kickoff. And there's another handling error after they did the hard work at the line-out. It was a terrific win there by Simmons.
Did really well, Rob Simmons. And what happens when the ball's wet like this? If it's raining solidly, you never get the dirt and the mud on the ball. And it's the dirt and the mud on the ball that makes it slippery as it hits the ground with every ruck or ball, and the ball gets a little bit of dirt on it. You lose your grip on the ball, and that's what's happening now. If it's raining really heavily, that doesn't happen. The ball's actually much easier to control. But in these conditions, it's the worst conditions for handling right now.
Nicolas Sanchez, the fly half, got plenty of options.
And it's been picked up by Senatori, the number 8 to Dahu. That was forward. Oh, that's a let-off for the Wallabies as well. Poor decision-making there from the scrum half.
Well, Nicolas Sanchez, the fly half, went to the left, and 2 players, Hernandez, followed him as well.
Yeah, the scrum wheeled the wrong way for the Argentinians. They really needed a stable scrum that was square. They really got the left-hand side of the scrum up. A couple of Argentinian backs sweeping down the left-hand side. You can see the confusion. The Argentinians just a little bit 6s and 7s at the moment. They really have not put anything on.
Nick Phipps putting the ball in here. He's got...
You're not pre-binding.
Got Israel Folau on his left-hand side. He's got Matt Tamua on his right. So Israel Folau there. Kurandrani outside of him. They want to run the ball out of the 22.
Let's go.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Penalty against Argentina.
Yeah, tight head just completely
right back.
losing his footing there and just collapsing the scrum. Referee right there on the spot. The Australians are fighting extremely hard and doing a good job. That set piece, probably the biggest threat they saw from the Argentinians, and they've countered it and countered it well.
Good touch fighter there from Matt Tamur. He's kicked well for touch tonight, Matt Tamur, in this first 30-odd minutes. Wallabies need to control some ball and not panic with the forward runners coming around from Nick Phipps.
Another good win of the line out. Down to Phipps. Bowley out the back to Rob Horn.
Offside.
Advantage.
Back of the line out.
Offside by the
Offside.
players at the back of the line out for Argentina. Timur will try and pick up some valuable meters with his kick for touch.
The Argentinians are really hard at the back of the line out. When they forced the Australians to the front, the Australians won at the tail of the line out, but they were still very, very keen to get off that line. They understand how important it is to not allow the Wallabies get over the advantage line from the set piece, because if they do that, the defence is much, much harder to set a proper line and get dominant shots on. They're aware of the threat that the Australians pose from their first phase launch.
Just wait up. Wait. It's got to go on.
Pelota now in his 50th Test match. Looks for Simmons and finds him. Down to Phipps. Foley. Plenty of options, and Foley gives it now. No, he couldn't link up with Horn. He's only about a metre out. Real opportunity here. And Phipps dives across and...
Michael Hooper penalised. He took a player out off the ball.
Stop.
So Michael Hooper penalised here.
Off the ground.
Well, it looked like they
Not off the
butchered
ground.
that one. Dry smile there from Hooper.
Well, Bernard Foley had done all the hard work. Went straight through the line. Had Rob Horn on his right-hand shoulder and threw a dummy. Nick Phipps went over. Nick Phipps scored the try, but it was Michael Hooper, who was already on the ground, was holding an Argentinian player back.
So no try there.
Four-man line out for Argentina.
And it's been won by the Wallabies and Pelota now. Can they finish something off this time? McKelman charges into them. Phipps waits, gives it now to Foley and Tamua. Here's Falau. Falau looking for the offload. Has to go to ground. Slipper. Switch of play. Back to Beetham. They try and hold him up. He goes to ground 10 metres out. Simmons gives it to Sokopi. Kepu with a good run. Getting them on the front foot. They've got numbers out wide and they cough it up again. Oh, players to burn, but they just couldn't execute.
It's that little tip pass that we were speaking about before. If the Wallabies just get that offload as they did to Sokopi. Kepu, it gets them across the advantage line. Bernard Foley not able to control the ball, playing flat as he does. A great run from Sokopi Kepu.
Marcelo Bosch it was, and also Imhoff came in from outside, but this is the break earlier. Look at Rob Horn, he was underneath the sticks. Bernard Foley, little dummy. And then Nick Phipps going across the line.
The Australians will be ruining these couple of opportunities. They're just not being clinical enough. The last pass, last option taking. They've got to put teams away when they get that opportunity, particularly against the Argentinians. They're a team you don't want hanging in there with 5 or 10 minutes to go, who can steal and intercept and change the tide of their game. You want to put some distance in between. You see a couple of guys here injured on the ground.
Tafu Plotter now does not look happy with his, looks like he's in behind his left ankle. James Hansen is the reserve hooker sitting on the bench.
Well, they've had the hooker's curse in the Wallabies this year. Pollotta now, who was in the news this week, not only because it's his 50th Test match, but he's decided to become a living test case for the effects of concussion, so helping researchers in that area. And let's hope that this is okay, because he's only just back from a knee injury, missing 3 tests.
There's an opportunity there for the Wallabies. Just sometimes, Cave, when you get that ball going forward, you become too flat, and you've just got to sort of hold and sit back on your heels a little bit in that second, third phase play when they went to the left-hand side.
You no doubt about that. Tatafu there, just off to the side. They were just all in one line, the Wallabies. They had plenty of numbers, but just didn't have any depth to their line. It was flat. All guys close enough to be holding hands in that back line. Someone needed to drop out and just change the angle, do something to avoid that pressure. They knew it would be coming off the line from Argentina. When you're on your line defending, the only option you've got is go forward hard. And if everyone's in one line, it's quite easy to pick them off.
A new number 8 for Argentina. Benjamin McComey is on there for Leonardo Senatore.
Use it!
Scott Fardy and Ben McCollum wrestling hard at the breakdown.
Not coming out of there, so that's terrific work by the Wallabies. They'll get the put into the scrum. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. 8 points to 7, Australia over Argentina.
Great pressure from Nick Phipps there. The loose head side of the Argentinian scrum. They've been doing a good job getting that up all night tonight, but he took advantage of that. In his halfback defensive role, you can see him. He tackled the number 8. Then Ben McCalman in there digging around the back row join. The ball wasn't coming out. The referee gave back to Australia. Big scrum for them. They need to capitalise on the pressure and momentum they've had in this last 10 minutes and convert it into scoreboard pressure.
Really flat attacking back line for the Wallabies. Rob Horn just standing off to the left-hand side. Mr. Bernard Foley. Runners in motion.
He picked up by McCalmy, gives it to Phipps, and back on the inside is Horn. 5 metres out. Advantage being played, Wallabies. Slipper 5 out. Phipps to Foley. Get out pass. Folau.
No obstruction. Still playing advantage.
Phipps getting a boot to it there was Fernandez Lobe. Well, will they take the 3 points now?
That'll be an interesting call here for Captain Michael Hooper. They've had an enormous amount of ball down this end of the field. Over 70% possession now for the Wallabies. And they need to come away with some sort of points. So Bernard Foley steps up to take the easy 3 points.
Absolutely the right call there. Been chipping away, and they've had Argentina on the ropes, and Argentina have managed through good defence to get out of jail. And the Wallabies just needed to add some points to it. Tatafu Pollotta now with a bit of an ankle problem.
Yeah, not a good sign for Australia. Tatafu going down. Their scrum has been outstanding so far. And for anyone, any connoisseurs as a set piece, I'm really enjoying watching the Australians get such a good platform. They had a great ball from the back of that scrum. Ben McCammell was able to pick up and deliver. The Australians get through to this other end of the game and win it. Will be on the back of this rock-solid set piece by scrum line out so far.
Well, there's the 3 points for Australia, so the lead is out to forwards 11 points to 7.
Yeah, I think Captain Michael Hooper, Clarkey, realised that a couple of minutes before half-time they had to get some sort of points and reward for spending all that time in the 22.
The ponchos are out. Still a few showers hanging about. Rabina on the Gold Coast as Argentina kicks off again, taken by Folau. And
could have given it Peter Beetham on his right-hand side.
Yeah, he decided to take them on, and now he goes to ground on the 10-metre mark. Here's Scott Fardy having a run. Foley, Tamua, Kurandrani. He's been good defence out wide by Argentina at times tonight. Foley, Carter.
They've got a very disciplined defensive line, Argentina.
Phipps to Foley. McCalman.
Re-get it.
Lost it, then regathered. Foley now giving it to Beetham. Backwards. Phipps and McKelman. We tackle Galatza. Kembu, another good carry.
Keep coming. You're on now.
Hooper, Foley. Tamua. Straightens. And again, the ball and all tackle shuts it down. Eventually,
Kuran Trani was flying outside Matt Tamua if he'd given a short ball.
Use it!
now they have to set themselves again as McKelman goes over halfway to the left side. Tamua straightens.
No 10!
Half-time hooter sounds in the background. And Phipps is claimed there by one Imhoff, the right winger.
Stay.
Oliver's happy to keep it in tight for the time being.
Stay on.
Michael Hooper sends it out the back to Phipps, floating pass to Folau. Folau, short ball then to the front rower, vice-captain Slipper. 10-metre mark. Penalty.
Tackler 2, release.
Well, there's an opportunity here for more points after the half-time hooter.
Marconi, it was number 19, the replacement that's come on from not rolling away.
Tackler, release, let him play.
Captain not happy with that.
It's really good defence, though, isn't it, from Argentina? They got right across the field. They can't break through. There's plenty of runners for the Wallabies. Ben McKelman, Scott Fardy, Sam Carter as well. A couple of really good carries, but they can't break this defensive line. They'll have to start to look, Kafe, you'd think, just a little chip in behind or a little grubber in behind this defensive line to break it up.
10.
Well, it is tough at the moment, but they've got to win those collisions and look to get a bit of quick ball, and that's what they've struggled with. Argentina have done a good job defending the edges so far. I think if it's a little bit further out wide, it'd be better. You look on in the box, Argentina. They won't be too disappointed, but these last two penalties, this opportunity for another 3 points just pushes the Wallabies out where they'd be happy with that half of rugby.
Probably right. Exactly where Bernard Foley had the kick in the final Super Rugby. On the edge of his range.
40 metres plus. It's got a bit of purchase on it. Has it got the legs? Yes, it has. Direction is perfect. So valuable 3 points after the half-time hooter. And it is Australia leading by 14 points to 7. 3 penalties to Foley. And the one try to Hooper very early in the piece. A try to Argentina, to Montero, converted by Sanchez.
Simpler, you know, we've actually played a lot of football. When we played direct early on, we got that try. We've moved them around a lot. We're sure we'll get paid for that later on. They'll be a bit fatigued, and you know, we've been close to the line a bunch of times. Just haven't got the ball over it, so it's been a bit frustrating. But a few points there at the end of the first half, so we'll hopefully build on that, and the scoreboard pressure will help us.
Well done.
Thanks, man.
Second half getting underway. And we saw a glimpse of James Hansen out there in jersey 16 for the Wallabies. So the hooker's curse continues for Australia. Tatafu Pelota now missing 3 tests, getting through the first half, but now he's been replaced because he's injured his ankle. And they go to a short side for the Wallabies. Also back out there for Argentina is number 8, Leonardo Senatore. Penalty goes to the Wallabies. Senatore replaced in the first half, but he came through the concussion test okay.
Montero was offside there on the left-hand side. The try scorer from the first half. Matt Tamua just finds about 15 metres down, so the Wallabies line out here early in the second half.
The Wallabies line-out's been good tonight. The Argentinians have given them the front. But the Wallabies have taken the middle and the tail several times with good success. It's a good sign they're functioning well. James Hansen's first row.
First throw tonight, but he got a start in the test match last week. And he finds his target initially. And they go again down the blind. Slipper.
Backwards.
Ball went backwards. Fardy can't find a way through.
Some real strong hits on from the Argentinians up close.
Now here's the new man, Hansen. taken by Leguizamon. Foley hands it off to Hooper. He gave the Wallabies a great start. 2 weeks in a row they've scored the first try, but really haven't been able to go on with it.
Good ball from James Slipper to McCalman.
Now it's Phipps holding it up, giving it to Slipper, the vice-captain. Kepu and Hooper. Taken by Fernandez and Lobe. Tamua. So just one out stuff at the moment. Now it's Kepu. Happy to take it into contact. Foley shows it on the inside, taken by Cravey. Beetham looking to get involved, but he ran straight into Mariano Galazza, but they're up to the 22, so putting some faces together as Kurandrani takes it in. Phipps gives it now to Slipper.
Slipper again, that's his 9th carry for the game. He's getting through some work.
He is the most capped player out there for the Wallabies at just 25 years of age. Most capped in the starting 56th test match. Horn can't find a way through, but it's still there for the Wallabies, and now Tamura throws a dummy.
There is no space there. The defensive line for Argentina right across the field.
Carter. Good defence. Pumas. Foley. Again, it's good defence.
No problem.
And the kick through. So Folau's going to have to retreat and pick it up, still inside Argentina territory. And he tries a chip over the top, and it bounces for Montero, and he loses it. And so it's been picked up now. And the captain, he has got a double. Michael Hooper swoops.
That came from nothing. A little lazy little kick over from Israel Folau. It went nowhere. Montero couldn't handle it in the slippery conditions, and Michael Hooper just swooped on it for his 2nd try tonight. There's no way you'd catch him from that far out.
For you, but you can't give every single time when you put the ball.
Both teams tied 18 phases. It got to the kick through here, which was a pretty good option. Argentina chased really well on the right-hand side, not so well on their left. You could see them there. Not a great chase, and then it was just a bit sloppy. The ball sits up. Poor tackle. Hooper skirts away with it. Wallabies 2-1 out for mine at the moment, Shabby. They need to do something different. They've come out in the second half and tried to be more direct, but what they've forgotten is to use the ball. They're just one off. Argentina were dealing with it no problem.
Yeah, they've got to give them something to think about. The Argentinians, the defensively, if they're getting those 2 or 3 man shots, they need plays in motion to hold the defensive line. Then you get your one-on-one carries, and that's how you create your mismatches. The Australians, as you say, Rod, trying to bash the Argentinians. That's the one thing they do like doing, the physical confrontation.
Foley from beside the post, no problem. So it is a good start to the second half. 21 points to 7. That's the 2nd career double for the captain, Michael Hooper.
And Montero, the winger.
The coach, Daniel Ricardo.
Ricardo wouldn't have been too happy with his winger, then trying to push a pass to Landajo, the halfback.
They'll come down on the 22. Good safe take. And Simmons hands it back to Carter.
3!
So handy buffer now for the Wallabies. Phipps goes to the box kick. I haven't seen that all that often from him. And Leguizamon takes it under a bit of pressure.
No, 7.
On his side of halfway. Sanchez showing on the inside. And then Hernandez floats one over to Imhoff. And
Glenn Jackson called play on his assistant referee, touch judge. So that was forwards. Glenn Jackson, good refereeing.
And it's been turned over now. A penalty.
Too far down. Stay out.
Goes against the Wallabies. So
Behind that, head on the
the
ground.
Pumas have a shot here and try and keep the scoreboard ticking over. There's Imhoff. His father was a Puma. Went on Argentina's first ever tour abroad to South Africa in 1965, and then he was the head coach of the Pumas in 1997 when they beat Australia in a test match.
It's got Fardy off his feet there. jumping straight away. He's contested breakdown so hard every single time, every opportunity he gets. Really sits on the edge of the law. The Argentinians taking a shot. They want to start clawing this scoreboard down. They need to be close within sort of the last 5-10 minutes. They want the game to get away from them. They want to give themselves an opportunity to run this game home hard. First bit of play we've seen from them really tonight.
Sanchez sends it towards the sticks, but it is out to the left, so it's still 21 points to 7.
There's still plenty of options on the bench for Ewan McKenzie as well. James Horwell sitting on the bench. Played a little bit of the game test match last week. There he is sitting on the esky. The week before that he played in the NRC for Brisbane City over in Perth. Had half a game there. NRC on before tonight's game. Queensland Country just went down to the North Harbour Rays by a few points.
Bosch. Sanchez. Fernandez Lobe, former captain. Plays at Toulon in France. Leguizamon in place of Lyon in France. Coached by Aussie Tim Lane. Plays alongside Great Australian. Breakaway. George Smith. Tackle there from Slipper. Fernandez Lobe. Getting it away to Ayusa. Him off, looking to get involved. Got a good ball away to Herrera. Now back it goes to Daha. Sanchez inside ball. And it's good defence by Australia.
It's well covered from Ben McCalman. He saw the space inside and held his ground.
Imhoff throws to Dummy. Gets away from one. Where's the support?
Right.
They're about 24 metres out. Bosch from a standing start.
Advantage here. Michael Hooper was a mile offside defence there.
And it's right in front of the sticks as well.
Offside. Yeah. Offside 7.
In fact, the infringement was over to the right, so still well within kicking range for Nicolas Sanchez.
And Michael Hooper just missed the jump. He went too early and stayed there, didn't retreat. Okay. Good play from Argentina, getting through some phases now. Imhoff, good break.
Just in case.
Getting through Scotty. It was Sammy Carter just slipping through the tackle. You see Michael Hooper just missed the jump and stayed up there, and Glenn Jackson, the referee.
Just making sure he's okay.
A couple of the Wallabies suffering from a case of stomach illness this week. James Slipper, he looked like he's battling with it. I don't think he would stay on the field for too much longer. Ben McCalman also sick during the week. Scotty Higginbotham coming on, and Pet Cowan both to replace James Slipper, loose head, and Ben McCalman, number 8.
Gee, he's had a huge game though. Slipper tonight, 12 runs, a couple of really good tackles, a couple of offloads as well. He's really tried to get involved in this test match. Good performance by him.
So the most capped in the squad with 56 caps. And the last time a prop was the most capped was Ewan McKenzie in 97. And the extra 3 points is there from Sanchez. And the Argentinian flags waving on the Gold Coast as they narrow the gap. So 21 points to 10 now. We've got a problem. One of the Pumas is coming from the field, and it looks to be Hernandez. They're very experienced inside back, so that's a real blow. He's played at Stade Francais, Natal Sharks, Racing Metro, very experienced.
One Leguizamon and 2, I think that is leaving the field.
So problems.
Leguizamon, as you mentioned, Timmy Lane from Lyon won't be too happy seeing Leguizamon come from the field.
Let's have a look for your concussion.
Oh, look, a little short.
No, he wants you off.
Another player being called off as well for a concussion test as well. So they're the walking wounded at the moment. Pumas.
The match doctor just wants to check. They want to check his concussion. Sorry, the match doctor. Now they need a replacement.
So he's saying he's okay, Marcos Ayusa, but the match doctor wants to check. So 17 is out there. Bruno Postiglione. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Bosch under a bit of pressure, so he chips and chases, and almost came off for him, but in the end Phipps was there to clean up. Penalty.
Yeah, Nick Phipps is in trouble there. He's on his own. He did well to get back and cover it, but he had 3 or 4 Pumas around him. Marcelo Bosch, the outside centre, number 13 for Argentina. Good little option, little chip over the top as he was under pressure when he collected it. Nick Phipps needed more numbers. Pet Cowan was the only player to get there.
Again, the Argentinians line out. One of the very few opportunities they've had in good attacking space against the Australians tonight. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Will they try and maul? The Wallabies would have been preparing for that, as Rob Simmons does well in the air, not straight scrum. Good pressure from the Wallabies. Their set piece has been outstanding to date in this game.
Scrum or line out.
Cravey, the hook up, and then captain as well. In slippery conditions, not throwing that one straight.
Oh, that doesn't look good, does it, for Juan Leguizamon?
Hooker. That's too close.
It's a long walk back to the dressing sheds from the far side.
He was coached by Ewan McKenzie at Stade Francais a few seasons ago.
Hooker, new hooker. I don't want you that close. You're binding before the engage. We'll keep the gap then. Don't get free kicked. I want the gap.
If you ever wonder what it's like in the front row, that gives you a pretty good impression.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Good attacking opportunity for Bernard Foley. He's got Peter Beetham way out to the right-hand side.
Well, that's at least 3 scrum penalties going against Argentina. We weren't expecting that. So congratulations to the Wallabies. They've been working overtime.
Yeah, Sekope Kepu, look at him get up. He's exhausted after the amount of effort that he puts into that scrum.
Yeah, the referee consistent there. The tight head. Yeah, second time he's been penalised tonight for losing his footy and collapsing that scrum. Pet Cowan's done a good job there. James Hansen, both of them come on and continued in the same vein. It's a tough right now, James Slipper.
Here we go. Kurtley Beale now on the field. So he'll go to inside centre and replace Matt Tamua. So Ewan McKenzie injecting Kurtley Beale. Plenty of time left in this match.
Yeah, well, Bill on there a lot earlier than last week when he made such a big impact. Now it is Foley. Cut out pass and he gives it to Kurandrani in the midfield.
Advantage Wallabies.
It's McKelman now.
There goes Beale.
And the first receiver fires one. Almost intercepted, but it's there for Horn. And it's a scrappy ball, but we'll come back and say an opportunity here.
Number 8. Side. Yep.
Crowley's going to have a shot.
Yeah, Kurtley Beale, you can see right idea. He could say, oh, I nearly got it, but probably the little grubber kick in behind Cafe with this rush-up defence, especially out wide from Argentina, was the option.
Well, that is an option. I mean, wet weather, it's difficult to get the balance right between running and kicking. You've got to go forward first and win the collision. And the Wallabies have just struggled tonight. Due to the really good defence from Argentina, they're not competing at the breakdown at all, Argentina. They're just standing off, setting a very solid defensive line and asking the Wallabies to run at them. And they've made the big tackles, they've made the shots. And the Wallabies haven't been able to dent them. This is an important kick to get out to 24-10. Important to keep the scoreboard ticking over.
So Foley looks good. No problem. 24-10.
So far in these conditions, the Wallabies just pushing that pass, the cut-out passes too often in these sort of conditions. Curly Bill, he'll certainly try things. He's got to start working with Scotty Higginbotham, fresh legs as well.
This one goes to 10, brilliantly won by Argentina. Needing to hit back. Looking for their first ever win in the Rugby Championship. As Fernandez Love goes to ground on the 10-metre mark. A double round, Sanchez drops it onto the left foot and will find touch on the far side. Just to give you a bit of a comparison, Argentina, the new team in the Southern Hemisphere Rugby Championship, and still looking for their first win. If you go back to when Italy joined the Six Nations in 2000, the Italians won their opening game but then lost the next 14. It just goes to show it's hard for the new boys.
Yeah, it takes some time. They had a great opportunity against the Springboks at home in Argentina a few weeks back.
Another change coming on, 21 for Argentina, Tomas Kubeli, so he will replace Martin Daho.
Tonight is that the Argentinians' intensity just hasn't been there from the get-go. The last few weeks they've contested so well against South Africa. Second half against New Zealand. So much tonight. Australians have done too good a job.
Not straight.
Not straight that time.
Scrum.
Bit of movement in that line out there. Sometimes when there's a lot of movement, the jumpers tend to jump across the line. It makes it very hard for the hookers to throw that accurately. They're trying to throw down the inside shoulder. If the jumper's jumping across, it really can give the referee the perception that the ball's not being thrown in straight. It'll be interesting to see that one again. Rob Simmons, James Hansen, they might have a bit of a little chat about that after the game, I'd say.
Good setup here for Argentina in the backs. Montero, the left winger, has come up to stand in front of his fly half. Sanchez just needs some clean ball off this scrum.
Needs to be.
22 is out there, and inside centre, Geronimo de la Fuente. Probably one of the better names in world rugby.
You were just waiting to say that one, Clarkie, were you?
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Kubeli puts it in, and here's the shove. The Bahada, the 8-man shove, and the arm goes out, advantage, and now the penalty. It's taken a while, but
Over there.
that's what they were expecting to do in the first half.
The Wallabies have scrummaged particularly low tonight. In the first half, they were tough people like now can really scrummage it. Very, very low height. You see Kopi Kepu. That's the first bad scrum the Australians have had tonight. The fatigue just starting to come in a little bit loose, and they were a little bit higher than they had been in previous scrums. The Argentinians like to scrummage at a higher level. If you scrummage high, particularly when it's a bit wet underfoot, it allows you to keep your footing. And I think
just wait.
the height the Australians have scrummaged tonight have caused a few penalties because the Argentinians
We get
have
much better
slipped.
scrum. His feet are too far. Please. Thank you. Just
Talking about it there, his feet too far up underneath him. If they come the further up, they come underneath, the higher you have to scrummage. It's simple science, George Kaffer.
Doesn't sound simple.
And Sanchez bangs it over again.
Yep.
24 to 13.
Well, they needed those 3 points, and I would have loved to have seen Cravey, the captain, make a decision and go for touch there and try and put some pressure on the Wallabies 5 out in the line out.
3.
There's been a lot of talk this week about whether the Pumas are preoccupied with their scrum dominance at times, and a lot of people going back to last week saying you're not going to beat the All Blacks by scoring in increments of 3.
No, that's right. Replacement now, Ben Alexander coming on for Kopi Kepu. Really good performance from Kepu.
Just wait.
14 to 7 at halftime. Now 24 to 13. 2 tries to Michael Hooper, and the Wallabies haven't scored a 4-try bonus point on their home soil in the Rugby Championship for a couple of years. Still a lot of rugby to be played on the Gold Coast tonight. Not too sure about the future. We'll talk about whether test matches will come back to the tourist strip.
There's a chance now, Israel Folau. A lot of space in front of him with Bernard Foley with him.
And he's going to Got punted down to Tukulet. We heard a lot about him. We've seen a lot of him as well this year. But he hasn't had too many opportunities. The classy fullback from Argentina.
There's a good hit from Pet Cowan.
Nowhere for Sanchez to go. So he boots it down to Foley. He'll run it back to the 10-metre mark. And then give it to Phipps, who straightens straight through. Nick Phipps up over the 10, trying to link up on the outside with Beetham. Montero chases, Beetham rolls over and scores the try.
What a timeout.
He'll have to go upstairs and have a look whether his feet touched the sideline.
Timeout.
What a break though from Nick Phipps.
Want to have a look at the outline and Ben, even if he's grounded.
Brilliant work again from Bernard Foley. Looked at the options. Saw there was some space and Nick Phipps went straight through the hole. Peter Beetham.
A couple of questions here.
Montero was a great chase.
Was he into touch and did he ground it? Legs are in the air, and there's the grounding. Looks okay from that angle.
It's a good finish from Peter Beetham. Try to get himself involved in the game.
Is that his first test try?
That's all good. Try.
Placing the injured Adam Ashley Cooper, only his second test. Played just 7 games for the Waratahs this year because of injury.
It's a lovely pass though from Nick Phipps because it had to be in front of Peter Beetham. If it went back on his hip, it would have slowed him down.
Clint, you may award the try.
Try to Australia. 3 tries to 1. 29-13.
First test try, Peter Beetham. There's the sharp call. What's this? Bernard Foley was going to kick, then he had a look up and then released the pass at the right time, and Nick Phipps went straight through the space. And what's this pass here? Had to be out in front of Peter Beetham. He did not slow down at all, Peter Beetham, to take that pass.
Difficult conversion attempt for Foley from out wide. Halfway through the second half. And this one is going to stay out to the left.
So a quarter of the game left. The Wallabies now, with Argentina having 4 or 5 injured players having been replaced. A good opportunity now to express themselves. Israel Folau needs to try and inject himself into this game in the last 20 minutes.
Well, he scored a hat-trick against Argentina and Rosario last year. And Israel Folau, his 17th start at fullback, so he now equals Chris Latham's all-time record.
Tackle, 7!
Matt Burke might have played about 16 in a row. That's good running and a good offload to Montero over the far side. And they're into touch, the Pumas.
Nick Phipps, cover defence. He's had a really good couple of games last week and again this week. Always covering so strongly. Last man in that line of defence. He really fulfills that role well. I think he got him out by a fingernail there.
Senatore did well, didn't he, on that left touchline? A lovely little pop pass to Montero.
Thank you.
James Horwood comes onto the field, former Wallaby captain. A lot of experience now in that pack.
Replacing Sam Carter. Cavalli out to Sanchez, who straightens. Forward. Stover running the ball there. So not a lot going right for the Pumas at the moment. Remember, Australia won by 37 points in Argentina last year. That was the Wallabies' biggest win in the Rugby Championship outside Australia. Their 7 tries, the most they've scored in a Rugby Championship test match as well. People are expecting to be close tonight as well, Tim, but it's looking like it could get away.
Yeah, Thomas Cavalli there, the reserve scrum half, fell back on his pass as well to his forward runners.
That one, he was waving his arms around like he didn't think it was forward. It was about a mile forward.
Let's go, boys.
So we're past here the year on this side before he's going in.
Well, Peter Beetham, Kate's done a pretty good job tonight. He's got himself involved into the game, and Adam Ashley Cooper
9.
not playing tonight. Adam Ashley Cooper has played 46 of the last 49 test matches. Peter Beetham's filled in nicely tonight.
Crouch!
Done a good job, good finish for the try.
Okay. It's
Some
too
problems.
close. All right. Going on. All we're doing is going down.
Glenn Jackson doing his best to manage this scrum engagement. By his own admission as a former fly half, doesn't have a lot of clue about what's going on there.
I don't think he'd notice a scrum until he retired.
Fine. Sit!
Done an excellent job, though, keeping this messy game moving.
Straight
Straight
under.
away. Knew exactly what he'd done. Nick Phipps.
Incorrect feed there from Nick Phipps.
So Toure throws one over the top. So they're 22 metres out and desperate for a try. The Pumas. Mariano Galazza.
Not 15. Not 10, sorry.
Not back 10. And Cabelli has a run. Trying to step his way through, and he's getting very close. They drive in behind the scrum half.
Release now!
There's options and a good opportunity out to the left. They need quick hands, and they get it through the outside centre. Marcello Bosch. Well, you can put that one down to the quick thinking of the reserve scrum half. It was Cabelli who got them on the front foot, and the try to Bosch. So they narrow the gap, the Pumas.
Well, Thomas Cabelli, he knew the space was there. Quick tap and go. And then it was just a numbers game. The Wallabies only had 2 players defending on the right-hand side. And a good try from Marcello Bosch.
Yeah, Peter Beetham there. I don't know who he's closing on there. He had 2 men outside him and didn't take anyone. The Pumas have really swung the momentum around, though. Still 17 minutes in this game. They convert this, another try. It's game on for Australia. Got to be careful against a team that is capable of a lot more than they've shown tonight.
They're scrapping side, aren't they? You give them a little sniff. They've had no ball. They've had no opportunity to develop any momentum. They get a little bit, and look what they do.
They've had 30% possession so far in this match, Argentina.
Sanchez. Oh, it's a terrific kick. So game on again, 29 points to 20. Good comeback as the Argentinian fans in the crowd get on their feet and try and rev their team. Coaching staff headed by Daniel Okade. Bosch giving it to Tugalet.
Outside.
Solo Bosch scored a try in Argentina last year against the Wallabies as well. In fact, that's his first test try since that match in Rosario.
Stay.
So they'll look to clear. Or will they?
Good play again. Good play from Rob Horn. Had to shut that down from outside in.
Stay on. 5, stay.
The box kick. And Folau takes it outside and throws in quickly. Beal. Can't beat the chasers.
Roll 10. Stay on.
Foley dummies and gets away from Cravey. Needs support. It arrives. Oh, and then it's been coughed up by Higginbotham. Chance goes begging. Higginbotham did the right thing.
Oh, what a
Got
break.
there, but then couldn't handle the pass.
Superb break from Bernard Foley. He was flat-footed. Got around the captain, Cravey, the hooker. Watch him come across in defence and then throws the left fin down on Cravey. And then he had to slow down, waiting for someone. Higginbotham screaming behind him. Lovely pop pass. Higginbotham putting it to ground.
Keep the gap.
Bernard Foley, that flat attack.
Then I can see.
Yeah, really likes towards the end of the game. He identifies forwards in the line, then he goes at them with that flat attack, drifts across. Tight forward's worst nightmare, having a nimble 5'8" running across field with a man outside him.
Sit.
So again, the shove comes from Argentina, and they're going to get the penalty again.
Far side.
In the sense they're getting the upper hand. at scrum time.
Yeah, Pet Cowan
the game.
slipping there on the far side. A lot of pressure coming through on that side.
Yeah, the Australian scrummaging height's just gone up the last 20 minutes or so, and the Argentinians love that stuff. They love getting up and turning into a wrestle rather than a pure shoving match.
Argentina very slow to get to this line out. They're walking there virtually. They'll just start to quicken the game up, the pace of the game up.
Ewan McKenzie spoke about it at half-time. He said that the Australians are throwing a lot at them, and that at the back end of the game, that energy they'd sucked out of the Argentinians would take its toll. It certainly looks that way. The Argentinians that are still on the field looking very tired, but even tackling done tonight.
So they've got 2 new props on there at the moment. Still plenty of time.
There's the ball.
It's 9 points the difference now. Line ball right in front of the referee, and he says play on. Fair enough. So they're on below the halfway. Fernandez Olave clobbered there, driven back in the tackle. Simmons low and Hooper over the top. The inside ball, and again,
Simmons
read it
again.
pretty well.
Yeah, he's hurt too. He's injured in back play, Rob Simmons.
He threw himself into that tackle, and here's the up and under. It'll come down around about halfway. Who wants it? It's been played there by Tukulet.
Space to the left. Got to move it wide.
Fernandez Olave. He was crunched by Alexander, but they've got some numbers on the far side, and they deliver now. Montero takes the tackle. Poor pass, though, back to Gavelli. He does well. And offloads to the support up towards the 22. So the Wallabies will have to be careful here, and they'll have to watch their discipline. There's the grubber kick in behind, and Folau has it. He pops it up, and Beale can't control it, and it's into touch in goal, so we're going to come back. Oh no, it came off the Pumas, fortunately,
I don't
for the
think
Wallabies.
Curtly Beale was ready for that from Israel Folau.
Yeah, difficult situation here. 5-metre scrum for the Australians with attacking. He's a great little experimental little chip ahead there. Israel Folau cleaned it up well and then threw it. All sorts of pressure coming Curtly Beale's way there. And there'll be plenty of pressure coming from this scrum from the Argentinians. A 5-metre scrum. They grew up. They love this stuff.
He's had a bit of spark, hasn't he, too, the replacement scrum half, Thomas Gavelli. Right, little kick in behind. Israel Folau couldn't do much more than slide on the ball.
Matt Hodgson is out there, and he's replaced
Holding it under pressure.
Ben McKelman, so one Western Force player for another.
There's only Nick White left on the bench now as the last replacement for the Wallabies with 11 minutes to go.
It's a light forward pack for the Wallabies, very light. Back 3. Goodness me, they're going to be under some pressure.
I want to get it in and get it out as soon as possible. Here's the shot coming from Argentina, but no holding. Now it's Rob Horn. Oh, and he loses it. Bosch throws the dummy. Great opportunity now for Argentina. Advantage is over Sanchez. Puts it in behind the line. It sits up brilliantly for Tukulet. Try to the Pumas. My goodness, they're well and truly back in it.
Wow, what a play. Both the players knew it. Tukulet was just onside. There's the turnover from Rob Horn off the back of the scrum. It was a good hit. Cavalli again, the reserve scrum half. Lovely little depth kick in behind. Great play from Argentina.
Really well weighted kick, beautiful play. They've summed up the conditions much better than the Wallabies tonight. They've understood how they wanted to play the game. Don't need possession to win games in the rain. You need field position, you need opportunities, and they've created opportunities when the Wallabies have made errors.
Look how happy the bench are. They realise they've just come from nowhere. They really haven't been in this game until the last 10 to 15 minutes, Rod Kafer, and they'll be 2 points behind if he slots this.
You only need to be in the game when the final whistle goes, and that's what they're playing on.
Important kick here, Nicolas Sanchez.
Three tries apiece. Wasn't that long ago the Wallabies were leading 24 to 10, 29 to 13, and this one come round enough. So it's now 29-25 inside the last 10 minutes, and they've got something to cheer about now. The Los Pumas fans. Oh, and he's just willing it to come round. No, not quite.
You knew how important it was. The restarts, the last couple of restarts from the Wallabies. Got a Marcello Bosch on the left-hand side from Bernard Foley. He's looking that way again. They need to get it a little bit deeper. Put some pressure on.
Last time the Pumas scored 3 tries against Australia in Australia is Mullymore 1986. Beetham is off and White is on. So they've cleared the bench, the Wallabies. And the penalty now goes to Australia.
Matt Hodgson. Watch how quickly Matt Hodgson gets in on the ball. Had a superb season with the Western Force and makes an impact straight away from coming off the bench.
Yeah, it's such a big play there. They knock this over. It takes him back out to 7. Argentinians haven't really looked like they've... You see there, Matty Hodgson straight over. No one's been able to move him. He's strong over the ball. That's his forte. So as soon as someone gets to ground, he's all over him like white on rye.
It's been a fairy tale season for Matt Hodgson, the captain of the Western Force, 33 years of age, and back into Test rugby, his 8th appearance. To the left of the uprights. Bernard Foley, there's another 3 points from the boot of the fly half.
What Argentina have done well tonight is kept Israel Folau out of this game. They haven't kicked too much ball back to him. They've kicked smart. They've only had just on 40% possession, but they haven't allowed that man Israel Folau to get involved in the game. They haven't kicked too many long kicks back to him to allow him to counter-attack back.
Well, he's burnt them in the last 2 tests because he scored 4 tries in those 2 test matches.
Well done, Scott Higginbotham off the restart. They've lost the last 2 there, the Wallabies.
Now it's Alexander. Australia looking for a big finish. All the teams have next weekend off in the Rugby Championship.
Nick White, the last replacement, has come on for Nick Phipps.
In fact, I think you'll find Nick Phipps has gone out to the right wing for Peter Beetham. Not the first time Phipps has found himself on the wing. I recall a game in the Rugby World Cup in 2011 in New Zealand where he was out on the wing.
There he is, way up to the right-hand side.
So Argentina looking for their 4th try and a bonus point.
No, 7.
Dive pass. Sanchez. Good tackle again from Simmons as Cabelli asks a few questions. Just looking for the holes around the ruck.
Stay on.
Imhoff looking to get involved and doing a great job and getting a ball away to the support. Foley made the tackle though, but Argentina continue to ask some questions.
Space out here.
Bosch fires it over on the far side to Byers, who offloads to Lobe. And now Montero. He scored the first try for them. He's so dangerous on that left wing. Out the back it goes to Sanchez, who spots the gap. Sanchez, and he's got support, but he can't link up with Imhoff in the end. But here come the Pumas again. Oh, and there was a slight knock on at the back. Oh, that's unfortunate.
What about the tackle from Nick White? He was there, he was covering. Argentina had 1 man to beat.
Oh, they butchered that. He's thrown the dummy. That'll hurt in the review.
Oh, they were in under the post, Argentina. He's been so good, Thomas Cabelli, the replacement scrum half.
Well, they missed an opportunity there. Imhoff was unmarked. On the outside, was going to just slide in under the post. It was 32 all. They know that in the box. That was a chance. With a break here. Just the nodded shot him off. You'll see him there. He was unmarked. Gonna slide in perfectly.
Good scrambling defence, though, for the Wallabies coming across in cover.
Well, they're asking what they have to do to win a game in the Rugby Championship. They're not out of it yet.
Clarkey passed to the unmarked man on your right shoulder who's going to score under the sticks. Well, then come back and knock one over late in the game. Big grandstand finish here, couple of minutes to go. Can the Wallabies hold on? Not out of danger yet with this scrum.
Yeah, last Wallaby scrum on the line. This position was very, very good. Can they do it again?
18. I don't want your head there. I want it in the gap. Please, in the gap.
Puma's last victory over Australia was in Buenos Aires, 1997. 18-16 on that occasion.
Crouch.
And that hurt Clarkey. I was there.
Bind. Sit.
Nick White puts it in.
Slip.
Well, some pressure coming through on the Wallabies.
Slip. Both sides.
Pat Cowan, Ben Alexander and James Hansen to hook up.
Come here.
Pat Cowan there in the colourful headgear.
They've got to keep this scrum low. They can't allow the Argentinians to get the wrestle.
Because we move everywhere.
That's what they love. For the size of their upper body, they love that wrestle. If they get underneath them, they can hold them out and they can get a nice clean ball to the back of their own scrum.
Well, they've got a new front row. Bruno Postiglione, Matthias Cortese and Noel Titez Shaparo.
Sit.
Here's a shove coming from the Wallabies, and again he wants to reset it.
It's unacceptable. New front rows, unacceptable.
Let's go, here they come again. Uno!
Pat Cowan's doing a great job on the loose head side. He's fighting for every little bit.
Let's go, here they come.
He can get the Argentinian front row. Just can't get what they want. That's a little higher set, the Wallabies. You can see them there, just the height of the Wallabies, just under them.
Bind. Sit.
Pumas have emptied their bench as well. Then Morosino on. And the penalty goes to Argentina. Only 5 metres out. Well, do they take the scrum?
Well, they have to take the scrum. Well, they tap and go quickly, do they? Imhoff wanted to go. Just settle down. There's still a minute and a half left.
Yeah, I think this is almost scripted for the Argentinians. 5 minute scrum. There we go.
Good set piece. And they've got options left and right. A big left-hand side blind. And Nick White, the halfback, will have to defend first player out on the right-hand side.
Oh, Timmy, this ball's not coming out, mate.
It's not going anywhere past the number 8 feet.
Sharpie's sitting here. He's licking his lips. He's just wondering, can the Wallabies forward pack hold on? Sharpie, if you were out there, you'd be...
Oh, you'd be revving up the troops right now. You can see Lobber. He was trying to control his team. The wingers are running in saying, take the scrum, take the scrum. The Wallabies, they'll be very, very focused here. They'll understand the importance of this scrum. The Argentinians, they're ready.
Should have set up from Argentina. Back players in behind the scrum so they can go left or right, subject to which way the ball goes. If it comes out, Senatore at the back.
Sit.
That's an excellent scrum so far from the Wallabies. You can see the pressure coming through, both sides sinking, trying to get the advantage. And finally, the ground gave way. Glenn Jackson, he'd be having a nightmare here, having to referee a scrum on full time.
Well, he doesn't want to give away a penalty try. He'd be trying his hardest to let the game go.
Well, the penalty try will bring up just the second draw ever between these two nations. The one and only draw was way back in 1987, 32-25. What a finish.
What's the pressure here from Pat Cowan?
Argentina, the 8-man show, the Bajada.
I never said yes,
The
nine.
free kick
Moving.
goes against the Pumas.
I never said yes, 9. Moving.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Argentina.
9 put the ball in. I never said yes.
Oh, the scrum half, Cabelli, too eager to get the ball in.
No, that's an appropriate way for the Australians to hold the Argentinians out tonight. Their set piece for the majority has been absolutely outstanding.
So it's been put into touch. And for the second week in a row, the Wallabies managed to get there.
A hard-fought match for the Wallabies, and they needed one. It was a really good performance. They came back in the second half, but Argentina, they fought back strong. In 2 weeks' time, the Wallabies will head over to Cape Town and take on the Springboks.
So full time on the Gold Coast. The Wallabies have beaten the Pumas 32 points to 25, picking up a valuable 4 points in the Rugby Championship. And Argentina will have to settle for just the 1 bonus point again for finishing within 7. Gutsy comeback by the Pumas.
Yeah, it was a good scrum, wasn't it, from the Wallabies? 2 scrums there right on their own line. Hansen, Cowan, Ben Alexander as well. Really good performance. Unfortunate for Argentina, they get penalised for putting the ball in before. Glenn Jackson called for the ball to go in by the halfback.
Well, that's a cruel end for the Pumas. The Wallabies have gone back-to-back in the Rugby Championship for the first time since 2012. Led 14-7 at halftime, got out to 29-13, but in the end had to settle for a 32-25 victory. Again, they were denied the 4th try bonus point, so they haven't scored 4 tries in the Rugby Championship in a match on home soil since 2011.
They're not far off, are they, Argentina? They will get a win at some stage in this competition, but they've been close many a times now. The Springboks away 3 weeks ago on their home soil. It'll be very hard to beat, Clarkie, in about 3 weeks' time when the Wallabies go back across to Argentina.
Yeah, they'll be playing that game in Mendoza. So a weekend off next week for these teams in the Rugby Championship. South Africa will play Australia in Cape Town in a fortnight, and Argentina will host New Zealand in La Plata in a fortnight. Nice moment there for Israel Folau and a fan. So 32-25. Now we can go to Rod Cafer.
With Michael Hooper, a real tough battle, mate, at the end.
Every game's tough, mate. Like, go week to week, and we're in 7 points all the time. So, mate, we got through that one. We'll take the win. But, again, there's a lot we can work on.
You had a lot of the ball in the game, a lot of the possession, and really Argentina didn't get into it for the last 20 minutes, and they came at you.
Yeah, I think that was due to our own discipline, our own errors. Couldn't exit, you know, knock-ons in our own D zone. We got to be better, more clinical there, and take pressure off our backs.
A lot of talk coming into the game, obviously, about the set piece, the scrum, and it was a really good scrummaging performance for the Wallabies.
We're at 60 minutes, and then there was a lot of penalties in that last 15, which we've got to sharpen up, put pressure on ourselves in the turnover at the end, but, you know, discipline wired at the bell, and we'll take it.
The game, in the end, you got the win, and you must be delighted to get the win. It's important to keep on winning.
Yeah, 2 in a row now. You know, we've had a pretty good... We only lost one this season, so we're doing pretty well. A lot to take from this one. It started raining right at kickoff again, so managed to play, get line breaks. It'll be interesting to see the stats after the game.
All right, mate. Well done on another win.
Thank you. Cheers.
And also with me will be the Puma captain, Augustine Creevy, and Rafa, who will talk for me. A tough game again for the Argentinian Pumas side, but close, very close.
Sí, creo que hicimos un partido regular por momentos. Tuvimos muchos errores que bueno, que nos costaron caro con tries.
We don't make a good game. We make a lot of mistakes that we pay them with tries against, and well, that's all.
Did you feel like at the end you could win, you could get the try that you needed?
Sí, sí, por supuesto. Siempre, más allá de que se nos fueron, nunca dejamos el partido perdido, así que la verdad es que en ese sentido no vamos contentos, pero con mucha bronca de no haber podido meternos en el último round.
We always think about winning the game. We were thinking about scoring that try, but well, we made many mistakes and we didn't get it in the last chance.
The Wallabies were probably there for the taking, probably the one game you could have won in this tournament. Now you look forward and there's tough competition to come.
No, nosotros creo que somos un equipo que le podemos ganar a cualquiera. Los Wallabies demostró ser un equipo excelente y creo que hoy aprendimos mucho también, pero nunca subestimamos a Australia, sabíamos el equipo que tenía.
we never subestimate Australia. We know that it's an excellent team. We know we can beat any other team. Australia is a very good team.
Nothing else.
That's all.
Thanks very much and safe travels.
Thank you. Thank you.
So just the one bonus point for the Pumas yet again. And congratulations to the Wallabies, have gone back-to-back on home soil in the Rugby Championship, downing Argentina by 32 points to 25. Just looking at the Rugby Championship ladder then, New Zealand with the narrow victory over the Springboks earlier go to 16 points with 2 matches to go. South Africa and Australia are on 10 points and Argentina on 3. So they were playing for a trophy, the Puma Trophy, and the Wallabies have retained it with that victory tonight. So let's go to the presentation ceremony and your host, Sean Maloney.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a thrilling finish to tonight's Rugby Championship match. In the end, the Qantas Wallabies 32 over Argentina 25. I'd now like to introduce the official party for tonight's trophy presentation. David Crombie, the President of the Australian Rugby Union. Carlos Araujo, representative of Argentinian Rugby Union. Bob Schultz, the Queensland Commercial Regional Sales Manager for Castrol Lubricants. And I'll now call upon Bob to present the Castrol Edge strongest player for tonight's match. And that winner is Bernard Foley. And I'd now like to invite to the stage the Qantas Wallabies winning captain, Michael Hooper, and call upon Bob once more to present the Puma Trophy.
Say a few words. Congratulations to our boys. We grinded that one out, so well done. Thanks to the Argentinians. It was a close match. We've had a lot of close matches now in the last couple of weeks. So thank you. Have a safe trip home. And thank you to the Gold Coast coming out in the wet. The wet's been following us for the last couple of weeks, but we ran the ball around and scored a few tries. So thank you, guys. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together one more time for the Qantas Wallabies, winners of the Puma Trophy.
Thank you, Sean. Congratulations again to Australia. So another trophy filling up a gap in that trophy cabinet at rugby headquarters in Sydney. 32 points to 25. So it now means that the Wallabies have won 13 of the last 14 against Argentina. They'll have something to celebrate before they have a few days off. And then they'll head to South Africa to prepare to take on the Springboks in Cape Town. They need a win in Cape Town to regain the Nelson Mandela Challenge plate. So full time at Siva Super Stadium on the Gold Coast in the Rugby Championship encounter. Australia holding on to beat Argentina 32 points to 25.